Going to pick up a new truck today. 7 hours away in Edmonton. Just cold starting the Cummins now. Oh yeah, instant startup. So yeah, going to pick up a new truck today. It's a 2012 Mega Cab, and I'm getting pretty much a steal of a deal on it, so I figured I'd make a video today and take you guys along for the ride.
Shots on a nigga like flip lights on a nigga.
Almost there. Just coming into Red Deer now. Cummins is running great. No problems with that new compound setup yet. And, yeah, everything's going good so far. Alright, well I made it. There it is. It's definitely in pretty rough shape, but I was already expecting that. The interior looks not as bad as I was expecting, but I still haven't got in there yet. So it's a good base to work with. Doesn't look like too much rust on the rockers, but this box is just hammered, as you can see. But that's not a big deal. You can just build a deck for it if I really want it, or it's pretty easy to find another box for it too. I mean, I'm not even really sure if I'm even going to keep this truck. The main reason I'm picking it up here is so I can develop better tuning for the 4th gens. And it needs a transmission, so I'll be able to get the 68 RFE pre-built and figured out, and then the tuning figured out a little better for them too. So that's the whole reason behind this, so I can get the tuning all dialed in for them, with and without emissions and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get it loaded up and make my way back home. I got it all loaded up. It was a super big pain in the ass. I pretty much had to come along it all the way on. And lucky my buddy was there. He watches my YouTube videos. Fatty, thanks for the help, buddy. That was awesome. I got like, I don't even want to show it. My hand's all messed up right now because I crashed my dirt bike. So getting this thing strapped down was just a nightmare. But it's up there. Well, it just fits. So now I just got to make her back. But no, not too worried. My old Cummins here, she's a nice little reliable girl. Well, I'm just past Calgary on my way back, and I noticed my truck ran out of power. So I plugged my laptop in real quick, and if you look at my actual rail pressure versus the desired, right here, it can't keep up. It can only make like 16,000 PSI. And I also noticed when I was driving, my lift pump fuel pressure here, it's just getting sucked down to nothing. But I can hear the lift pump running, so I don't think that would be the issue. And usually with no lift pump, it would still keep up pressure yet better than that. So I think one of my injectors might be going bad right now. I might have high returns on one of them. So, I mean, I do have a spare injector with me. I don't even know which one would be the high returning injector though, and I don't have any way to cap off injectors, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do here. I mean, I can keep trying to drive, but it's probably not going to be very happy with me. Okay, well I'm driving right now, and It's definitely super smoky because my enduration's super high because I got no pressure. So I can only make like 14,000 PSI right now, and you can see my lift pump's like draining down to nothing, and my FCA's at 100% too. So I'm pretty interested to see how far I get like this. It's not really too hard on stuff, but I'm basically running my CP3 at 100% right now just to be able to keep speed limit. So hopefully we can make it home like this, because I don't have a way to pinpoint exactly which injector it is the problem. I do have a spare injector with me, but it's not easy to find out exactly which one it is, so I can't just go in, swap one out and pull it out. It would take too long. So hopefully I can make it home. I still got like maybe three hours to go, so we'll see. Okay, well, I pulled over and I wanted to check it out, see if I could figure out what's going on. And right as I pulled over and started idling, the oil pressure dropped to 0 and the check gauge's light popped on. So there's definitely oil in there, because I checked it a while ago, but I'm thinking the oil is diluted with a bunch of fuel. I'm thinking now maybe one of the tops of my injectors blew off and it's leaking all my fuel pressure out there into the oil pan. Because, well, I don't want to get out of the truck because you won't be able to hear me, it's super windy. But the whole bottom of my truck's covered in diesel. Look, you can see diesel there. My truck's covered in diesel under here. It's coming out the blow-by tube, and the oil is now thinner. It even seeps through these holes. So I think, yeah, I actually blew off the top of one of my injectors, surprisingly. So I guess I'm gonna have to pull it off and see if I can find an issue we can fix. But I don't even know if this thing's gonna start back up now, man, because usually if it's got higher turns like that, they're really hard to get started. So I guess we'll see. Okay, I'm just making this video right now, and there's like 3-4 clips here. You just cannot hear one word I'm saying, just because there's so much wind out there, man. So I'm just gonna leave those clips out. But it's basically just me saying I was revving the piss out of my truck trying to find the leak, couldn't find the leak, unplugged the FCA to see if it went high rail pressure to find a leak. Couldn't find any leaks, so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start pulling injectors out one at a time until I fix it, and then yeah, back to the video. Okay, just tested number 2 injector, and well, I just put my number 1 injector in my number 2 injector, and as you can see, we still have an issue. So damn it, on to number 3, I guess. I'm gonna run out of light here soon, and it's so windy out here, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so windy. Alright, I got the number 3 injector in there now. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, that wasn't it. I mean, come on, I must be getting close. I'm halfway there. 1, 2, and 3, that's not it. So on to number 4, I guess. So you can see I'm giving a little bit of pedal. Rail pressure is asking for 18,000. It's only making 12,000. But the FCA duty cycle is working as hard as it can. You see, it's right at 100%, but the rail pressure is not keeping up. So, issue's not solved. So I guess to number 4. Fuck, man, that's a lot of work. It's not very easy with all this wind too. Alright, got number 4 in there. Hopefully this does it. Definitely still haven't got it. Damn it! Oh, it's all smoky. Damn it! I gotta do number 5. Oh man. I'm running a light here. Oh well. I guess here we go. Number 5. Alright, number 5's in there. I sure hope this gets it. look at the FCA duty cycle. My truck's cold, so it's not very happy on the current tune it's on. I think I got it though. Look at that. Number 5. Man, fuck. I wish I went from the back first. Look at that. See, it's good now. Oh my god, computer, what are you doing here? Let's try again. Yeah, that's it. Number 5. Number 5 injector is leaking out the top of it. So, sweet, fixed it, but my oil's fucking all fucked up with diesel now, so I'm gonna try to dump as much as I can out. And I think I got a couple quarts in here I can put in there. And then I'm thinking maybe pull some out of my mega cab. Maybe pull some oil out of my mega cab too. Put that in here too. Yeah, I better turn it off. My oil is fucking not good. But yeah, that's cool. This is the oil that came out. Check this out, man. The not oil is diesel. Look how much came out too. That's like a big 53 liter Rubbermaid, and it's like half full. So yeah, don't want that in there, because if you ran your truck like that, you'd probably like throw a rod or like scuff your cylinders, and then you're really screwed. So yeah, if you have issues, pull the thing over. So yeah, just got to get the oil out of this guy now. Borrow it for tonight, put it in here, and then back on the road. I still got like 4 hours before I'm back at my shop, so. Alright, well I get this thing filled up with oil from my mega cab, and now I got lots of oil pressure at idle again, as it should be. And my rail pressure is reacting as it should. No issues there now, so it shouldn't fill up with. It should run great now, and it shouldn't fill up with diesel again. And it's got, I don't know, decent oil in it, enough to get me 3 hours home. And mega cab's all put back together. My truck's all put back together. It's gonna need a clean now, but yeah, we're all good to go now. The only thing is, I never swapped the nozzle off off my spare injector, so one of my nozzles is stock, and the rest of them are 200% overs, so I mean it shouldn't really hurt anything. It's just one will be way under fueling. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on the road here again and hopefully make it back tonight before the sun comes up. Just put these LEDs in like not long ago and they're already burnt out. It's pretty annoying. But the truck's all fixed, look at that. Cruising along at like 22,000 PSI right now. FCA is only, whoa! That's a big one. FCA is only like 20%. Everything's working as it should be here, so yeah, should be good to go here. Just climbing this slight hill right now, and you can see the truck's holding 23,000 PSI, no problem, and the FCA is only at like 23%. So we should be good to go. Should have no more problems for the rest of the drive, I hope. Well, since my truck took all my diesel and put it in the crankcase and then spit it all out the blow-by tube, now I have no diesel. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, not even sure if I'm gonna make it back to anywhere. Well, there's a fuel lamp. Yeah, we're nowhere near anything, so probably gonna run out of fuel. That's pretty awesome. Oh my god. 7.1 kilometers to the fuel station, but I've been on that fuel light for so long, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. This is ridiculous. Didn't run out of fuel! Fuck yeah! Only an hour left to go. I made it back. Finally. Just in time for the sun to come up. Alright, well I got both of my trucks in the shop here. I gotta figure out my injector situation with this one today. And I messed with this one a little bit last night, and it threw like 15 codes. I'll put a little screenshot up here. And they're all like random codes, like they didn't really make sense, like there's a wiring issue or anything like that. But one of them was like a checksum issue, which has something to do with the ECM code being not right. It like checks itself, so I figured the only way to really fix that is to flash a tune into it. So that's what I did last night. I just flashed a stock bass tune into it, completely stock, and then that fixed all the codes. Now there's no codes at all, surprisingly, so that's pretty nice. And I drove it forward and backward a couple more times, and then one code came up, which is just for incorrect gear ratio in first gear, because it needs a transmission, obviously. So I got the parts on the way, and we'll rip this thing apart next week when I get the parts here. We'll fix that, but for now I gotta fix this thing, and I want to see what happened to that injector the other night. So I got it sitting right here. I've just been looking at the outside of it. I really don't see any obvious issues where it's leaking. It has to be somewhere around here, because this is the return side. It's not really pressurized too much down there, but up here I was leaking my rail pressure, so into my oil. So I don't see anything just looking at it right now, so I'm going to take the solenoid off the top, take this thing all apart, and see if I can find any issues with it. And if I can't find any issues that I can fix, well, I'll just have to take my 200% nozzle off this one and put it back in my truck on that other body I put in the other night. So yeah, I'll tear this injector down now, and then hopefully we can find the issue and just fix this. Okay, so I pulled the nozzle off and all the stuff out of the bottom here, and then I cracked the top, the solenoid here. So I'm going to pull it apart, and I'm thinking maybe one of the O-rings right here will be broken, but let's see. See, there's the solenoid. This piece comes off, but we got the spring. And this thing comes out. There's a bunch of shims and stuff on there. This injector looks pretty dirty, honestly. I don't think I've ever taken this one apart. There's a bit of rust and stuff in there too. But you can see there's some O-rings here. I mean, it's still there. There's another one up in here too. I'll push out. I mean, that one's in there too. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it over really close and see if I can find any obvious issues, but I don't see anything obvious yet. So, we'll see. Okay, I'm looking this thing over pretty well, and I don't see any issues. The O-rings are fine, and I can't see any cracks or anything on anything. It seems fine. But it was fine at idle too, and low pressures. It only started to give me an issue like over 16,000 psi. So maybe it's just a super small crack somewhere that I can't see. So I guess I just can't use this injector. But it's got 370,000 kilometers on it. You can see there's some rust in there, so it's not the end of the world. It should be replaced anyways. It's pretty old. So I'll keep my 200% nozzle here, and I'll put that other injector back together, and then I'll pull the one I replaced the other night out, because it still has a stock nozzle on it, and then the rest are 200%. So it's not very happy right now. It's like knocking and stuff, because the tune is set up for large injectors, but the small injector combusts a lot easier, so it's just not happy. So I gotta fix that right now. Alright, well, I've just pulled that number 1 injector out again. This is the one that saved me on the side of the road, but I never swapped the nozzle over. So it's pretty straightforward. You just gotta use a 15mm deep socket to pop that thing off there, and then I'll put my 200% nozzle back on. There goes the needle, and then yeah, then we should be good to go. Okay, I got my nozzle swapped over onto this injector now, so that should be good to go. I just wanted to show this connector tube here. This is my #1 connector tube. I've swapped it out of the truck a lot, like probably 10-15 times when I was messing around with rebuilding injectors, and you can see it's pretty worn. There's like a groove right at the top there, because every time you torque it in, it wears up higher in comparison to this brand new one here, never used. You can see there's no groove on it at all. This one has a groove down here. So this one might work, but it's pretty much, this one's pretty much the end of its life. I don't think I'm going to use this one anymore. I'll probably use the new one. Normally you can reuse these lots, but yeah, you just got to make sure it's not too worn like that one. Alright, well I got my Cummins all fixed up. Got that nozzle swapped over and put it all back together, changed the oil and everything, and it seems to be running fine now. There doesn't seem to be any issues at all. And I did rip apart the oil filter. I already cleaned it up here, but I ripped apart the oil filter and there didn't seem to be any like bearing material or anything at all in there. It seemed pretty clean. So I don't think I really did any damage to it. I did pull over and fix it as soon as I noticed, so it should be okay. I'll let you know if there is any issues though, obviously. But yeah, I'm just waiting on some parts for this thing now, so I can fix the transmission. So I'm going to start messing around with the tuning on it now while it's in my shop here. And then yeah, that's probably it for this video. So like the video if you liked it, and subscribe too if you want to see more stuff like this. Let me know what you think of that and fixing this, fix my old Cummins here on the side of the road. It's pretty ridiculous, but I had to get home somehow, and there's no way I was paying a tow bill, because I'd just tow it home and fix it here anyways, so whatever, just fix it on the side of the road. So yeah, that's it for this one.